So we have an approval of the minutes of May 1st, 25. Motion by Rodriguez. I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 3.1 is authorization to accept a donation from the Middletown Little League for $3,500 for a donation towards the purchase of infield clay.
Motion.
Motion by Rodriguez. I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 3.2, authorization to change part-time permanent employees' rate of pay. The employees are listed. I believe they all come under the Parks Department. You want to come up and give us your rationale?
What's part-time permanent employees?
Part-time permanent are part-time employees that work year-round for us. So it was, the names were approved March, I think in March, for certain salaries, but then we got the pay scale also approved, and they, certain people had certain certifications that they didn't notify us about, or we didn't realize that they had 6 years' experience somewhere, so some of their salaries did change after they were already previously approved.
How many hours do they work?
All less than the 28, but it's just they do programming year-round for us.
So less than 28 hours a week?
A week, yes.
Is that the number? Like if you go over 28 hours, they're considered?
Yeah. Then we have to provide the health insurance.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Want to make a motion?
Motion by myself,
Second.
seconded by Rodriguez. All in favor?
Aye.
Item 3.3, authorization to accept salary not listed on the approved rate schedule. Employee is Danielle McAvenny, to be paid $40 an hour. This rate does not match our 25 pay scale, approved pay scale. Danielle is, I might have said Danielle before, it's Danielle, is certified through the American Red Cross as an instructor, and teaches all of our Red Cross certification and training classes. She is also the WSI, which is what?
Water safety instructor.
Okay, and we use on our camp permits for the Orange County Department of Health, and conducts lifeguard training throughout the spring and summer, and is an aquatic liaison to our department. So this is also a year-round position or a seasonal position?
Seasonal.
Okay.
Motion.
Motion by Rodriguez, seconded by myself. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Authorization to name the Reservoir Mountain Bike Trails. Be it resolved that the Common Council of the City of Middletown concurs with the Board of Estimate and accepts the following names for the Middletown Reservoir Trails: the LYNE line, or Line Trail, the Ouch Trail, Simon Says, and Pitter Patter Loop. Motion by Rodriguez. I'll second it. I'll pitter patter that one. We were at the opening on Saturday. It was very nice. The ribbon cutting. All right, all in favor? Aye. Yes?
Yes.
Authorization to update the credit card policy. The Finance Department is requesting to update the credit card policy to include, under Section 2, the following department heads have been authorized to possess and use city credit cards with the applicable limits: Secretary to the Commission of Civil Service 2000, and seeking the council's approval to update the policy accordingly. So a motion by Rodriguez. I'll second it. Mr. Massey did not have a credit card as secretary?
Never.
Never.
So that's another reason why to do it then, is to do it. Okay, yes. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 3.6, authorization to amend the resolution for and update the ARPA obligation retroactive to 12/31/24. And the city was made aware of a contract prior to 12/31/24 that may qualify under ARPA rules for the O&W renovation project, and this should be retroactive back to 12/31/24.
Motion.
Motion by Rodriguez, seconded by myself. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 3.7, approval to amend Resolution 9925 to accept 2025 Stop DWI funding in the amount of $8,000. The original resolution was for $6,210 for the enforcement period of March 10th through January 1st of '26. Motion by myself,
Second.
seconded by Rodriguez. And that will include authorizing me to sign the agreement in blue ink. So, motion was by me, seconded by Rodriguez. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 3.8, approval to accept funding and approve the employment contract services for the service coordinator position. City of Middletown PD was awarded $75,000 in reimbursable grant funding for the New York State Office of Mental Health. The funding ran from July 24 through June of 25. Therefore, we're requesting to accept this funding for our, into our revenue line upon receipt and fund the newly created position, $37,500 for the first half of 25 to cover the cost of his employment and payroll deductions. Additionally, the police department was able to secure an additional $75,000 for 25-26 funding. Therefore, I enclosed the renewal contract, which is attached authorizing, who signs it, chief, you or me?
The contract didn't need you signed, sir.
All right, so we need to amend it and authorize me to sign the contract then. So motion to amend 3.8, authorizing the mayor to sign the contract. Seconded by Rodriguez. All in favor to have the mayor authorized to sign the contract? Aye.
Aye.
So we're voting on the amended resolution that is as printed, plus with the amendment for authorizing the mayor to sign. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 3.9, authorization to transfer from the city budget. The treasurer to transfer $90,000, $80,000 from state health insurance to unused sick leave, and $10,000 from state health insurance to finance office expense to cover the cost of retiree payouts for unused sick leave and to cover the cost of postage and mailing in the finance department for the remainder of the year. Motion by
Motion.
Rodriguez, seconded by myself. All in favor?
Just quick question. $80,000 for unsick leave, it's only, May? Don't we budget that?
So far, yes, so we base it off of who we think is going to retire, as part of the budget, but the actual came in a lot higher. So far, we have 8 retirees, of which
From January to now?
2 were police.
Okay. Sounds good.
And one was pretty big number, was a surprise too, I think.
Yes, one was really big, yep.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Item 3.10, authorization to accept, to approve the CPL proposal for the construction phase of $92,000 for the South Street parking garage, and authorizing mayor to sign the agreement. Motion by myself,
Second.
seconded by Rodriguez. Mr. Tawil?
Opposed to extend construction phase services? What does that mean?
The original proposal that we approved for them had construction services, so this will extend it to $92,000. It was very basic stuff before. This $92,000 will be to cover a testing, inspection on as-needed per hourly basis, based on 2 full days per week, 24 weeks expected construction, and with meetings and so on. So it's going to be per hourly rate. If it's used, it'll be billed. If not, it's not going to be billed. And that's for the parking garage, which is going to be before you tonight for about $4.9 million, the total project cost. Those $92,000 are included in it. And,
Parking platform, not garage, right?
sorry?
Platform.
Well, it's phase 1 of the garage, because it's being
Phase one, yeah.
constructed to be built up, and you're going to have a lower deck and a deck off of South Street, so.
Yeah.
Correct, Mr. Twill?
Yes, sir. Yes, I said yes. yeah.
When's
And
the
part-
work gonna start?
Work is going to
Going
start.
to award it tonight.
Yeah, you're going to award it tonight, but the issue is with Orange and Rockland, they're trying, we need to relocate the power lines for Orange and Rockland. Orange and Rockland, they are going through their process, and it's taking some time. Before it was the bats, Indian bats, and we were able to get permission from the DEC to take down the 3 trees after writing part of this service, hiring a biologist in there, an expert in this kind of thing, to write that those three will not impact the roosting of the bats. So the DEC accepted it, DPW took the trees down. Now we're waiting for a construction schedule from Orange and Rockland, which will impact how fast we go with this project.
So is there any danger if we award the project before that we can run into trouble?
We will not send the letter of award
Until we get the
the
Orange and
schedule
Rockland
from Orange
confirmation.
and Rockland. Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, any other questions?
As you know, Mayor, and everybody, and the Council President, $2.5 million for this project is from Senator Skoufis.
Correct. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, item water and sewer adjustments. We still have the 10 William Street has come back. The Finance Department mailed 2 leak letters, one in October and one in December. There was an intermittent leak that was difficult to detect. It only increased usage for the January bill, but the May bill also has a leak. It wasn't fixed until January. I don't know what that'll. Who's Rush Plumbing?
In Monticello.
Monticello, they're not a licensed plumber, are they? Oh, it says not certified in the city of Middletown. I don't think they made a mistake. Would we be violating them for using an illegal plumber?
No, we don't do that. Come on.
Yeah, we will send the letter to the plumber if he did any work in the city of Middletown.
Well, they sent a receipt saying that they did work at 10 William Street.
First time I hear about it, so.
All right, well,
Okay, no, it's all right. We'll just send them the letter.
You can have my copy.
it's a multifamily.
About to throw his car. Well, taking the car.
And they said it's not, they said it's not a catch-up, but it seems kind of weird if it's multifamily. In April of '24, they only used 5,000 gallons. 14,000 before that, 14,000 before that. And then it jumped up to 386,000. So I think you need more, I don't know how many families are in here, but
I'd say we should just deny it.
oh, it just dies for a lack of a motion then.
Ask for like a motion.
Yeah, send a letter about the plumber and also check out what's going on over there because that's,
Yeah, these.
seems like the meter was tampered with or something and it caught up or.
The Silver Key Management, or is that on our list, that they manage these multifamilies? We don't have a list? Our ordinance says they must be within 10 miles of the city of Middletown. Okay.
All right, so dies for lack of a motion, so all in favor? All in favor of an adjournment?
Adjournment, yeah.
All in favor of adjournment, that's good. We're done.
All right. Thank you.